All right, let's see here. All right, got everybody. Good evening, folks. So here we are for another Tuesday talk, and I am glad to be here one more time. Of course, listening to my gospel jazz radio as always. This is my favorite station, as y'all know. And I want to say a special thank you to Mr. RichardDAbreuJr, who is the producer of the gospel jazz radio, that particular broadcast, as well as, hello, sir, how are you doing? He's the producer of that, as well as 3 others. There are, in the Jazz Radio Network, there is the Gospel Jazz radio show. There's the Jazz Vespers radio show. There's just the general jazz radio show. And then there's also the classical jazz radio show. And so he's, the bottom line for that whole thing. And it's a big job, but he does a great job. So, and I'm not just saying that because we share the same name, but it does help. But Mr. RichardDAbreuJr has been in the world of radio for a very long time. And, oh, hello there, Mr. Real Roger. Yeah, thank y'all for being here. He's a wealth of knowledge when it comes to gospel jazz. And, it was great to have those conversations with him, and to kind of see what common ground we have and some things we're going to be working on together, collaborating on in the world of gospel jazz, which is awesome. So thank you guys for being here. Let me see here. I think, let's see, Buddha P23. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't see you on a previous live that I did, so say hello to me. Let me know who you are. I always want to meet new people and be able to to say something about you too to the folks that are here. So because this is a shared thing. This is I'm obviously initiating it, but I want to hear from you all too. So yes, feel free to make comments and, okay. All right, one of Makiwa's co-workers. Excellent. Well, thank you so much for being here, finding out what the other half is all about. It's all things music, and specifically gospel jazz. That's a great love of mine. That's something that I've been involved with for most of my life. It kind of grows organically out of who I am. And, as you can see from just about everything that I do. But, I'm glad to be here. And I'm glad that you're here. So thank you very much for being here. This is, for those of you that haven't seen, my website is www.jazzinthespirit.com. I'd love for you to pay it a visit, so you can, just see what's going on. I also have lots of social media platforms. We're going live right now on Facebook, on YouTube, on Periscope, which goes to Twitter, as well as Instagram, and now Twitch. So, so we're getting comments from everywhere, and that's great. So we also have an album that came out in Juneteenth of last year. It's called, you guessed it, Jazz in the Spirit. That's how you can find me. Just enter Jazz in the Spirit, and most of the time, something that I did will come up. So we we did that Juneteenth of last year, and it's still going strong. I'm going to share one of the songs from there later on tonight. And, I guess I've been targeting, once a month, I target one of the songs from the CD, and, we look to highlight it. And, right now, I was just checking this out in the background. That was a song from Kirk Whalum's Gospel According to Jazz album, which I love. And it was featuring his brother, Kevin Whalum, as well as, legendary gospel singer, Miss Kim Burrell. And they were doing a little duet, with their special kind of jazz flavor. And, it sounded great. So I hope you get to check them out. It's Kirk Whalum, Gospel According to Jazz. A lot of people know him for his R&B work, covers of R&B songs and stuff. You could almost say that's kind of like his day job. But he's also an ordained minister and the son of a pastor. And, so gospel jazz comes organically to him too. And he's got a whole series called The Gospel According to Jazz. And, some really great music on there. So I hope y'all will check that out. Then, let's see what else is going on. We have merchandise. Let's see here. Got to get my little trusty mug out. And no, that's green tea, just so if anybody was wondering. It's, iced green tea right now. But yeah, this is my Jazz in the Spirit mug, which you can get. All you have to do is go to my website, www.jazzinthespirit.com, and you can pick up a mug. You can also pick up a t-shirt, whatever size you might wear. You can do that, and I would definitely appreciate your support. That all of that goes toward keeping the broadcast going, keeping the different things that we do, different projects that we do afloat, because none of them are free. But it's a great opportunity. Hey, Tanya, you're on Instagram today. Thanks for being here. My old friend Tanya from my youthful days at Concord Baptist Church in Brooklyn, New York. That's the church I grew up in. And she did too. And she's still out there doing her thing. Got a business going, entrepreneurial stuff happening. And she's been a real strong supporter of Jazz in the Spirit and everything I've been doing. So I definitely appreciate that. This month, I've been working a lot harder on my book. There's a book I've been working on for some time now about gospel jazz. And I don't know if there are too many other books like this. There might be ones that mention gospel jazz, but not too many that would have it as a central focal point. Well, mine will have it as a central focal point because I believe that enough time has passed and there's been, just a plethora of material to choose from now that we can use to tell the story of gospel jazz, to give it a solid definition, identify some of the most significant players, some of the most significant characteristics, and just deal with that as a specific hybrid genre. I think it's time to do that, and so that's what I've been working on. And the goal is right around the corner. Actually, it's Juneteenth. Since I did the Jazz in the Spirit album Juneteenth 2020, I'm going to. The plan is to release the book Juneteenth 2021, which is just around the corner. Because here we are at the end of April, so we're really talking about just a month, month and a half, really. So I've been working, working hard, because it's anybody who's ever written a book can tell you, there are a lot of things that could go wrong, and it's hard to get it right. Hey, John, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Um, uh, so, I've been doing a lot of editing, a lot of reading, a lot of researching, trying to make sure that I get all my footnotes together, get a solid bibliography, because now, it's not just written books themselves, but there's, so much on the internet, and you want to cite all your sources and make sure you give credit where credit is due and so on. But one thing that is kind of fun that I found out is a connection between 1926 and 1975. Check this out. I'm gonna turn the music down for just a sec so you can hear this. There was a very well-known song by the legendary pianist. His name was Ferdinand Lamotte, actually, but he went by the stage name Jelly Roll Morton. And yeah, it's there was a story behind that name, which is not for polite company, but anyway, that's the name he became known by, and he played in a lot of brothels and different things. But he was a master musician, wonderful piano player and composer, and he wrote this song called "The Chant." That I've been studying, as I look at gospel jazz. And it has this figure on there, which I'm not going to try to really duplicate because it's in a whole ensemble. But the rhythmic accent was like, and it's crazy because the song is in about 4 different keys. But what I discovered is that same rhythm, guess where else that showed up? I mean, it's probably in a lot of other places. But if any of you remember the Jeffersons theme, either from when it first came out in the 70s or if you've seen the reruns later, there's a breakdown part in the middle of that where Jeanette Dubois is going, beans on burn in the kitchen, all that stuff. And the kick drum or the bass drum pattern is that same thing. And it was funny that I just noticed that, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. So 50 years difference, and they were written in 2 different places and all that stuff, but still, this music continues and the ideas just come over and over again. There's a scripture that says there's nothing new under the sun. And so in a sense, there are things that just keep recurring over and over. But you only notice that when you actually go and study the history. So that was just a little fun fact that I thought I'd share with you all. So that's the plan for Juneteenth of 2021, and it's fast approaching. But I'll let you know more about it as it comes closer. But it's not going to have a fancy title. It's just going to be called Gospel Jazz. That's it. By Richard DAbreu Jr. Because I want it to be, kind of a fairly thorough introduction to the subject matter and something that people can use both just for just general reading and if they want to use it, in academic settings to kind of introduce people to this subject that they can. And I'm hoping that it will not just be, I don't expect to just be the only one writing about this, but I'm hoping that it will spur more conversation about gospel jazz and what it's all about. And hopefully more people will do writings about it, whether they be, for the general public or for the academy. However it works out, we really need both. But there's been so much tremendous music that's been made, and it's time. It's time to call attention to it. It's time to just kind of let our voice be heard, if you will. And those of you that are gospel jazz artists, this is your time. So hit me up, because we're about to do some things. All right. For so long, I feel like so many of us have just been operating in silos. We don't feel like anybody else, like we have to create the wheel all by ourselves. But that's not really true. The wheel's already been created. We just have to find ways to put our wheels with the other wheels, and kind of get a vehicle so we can all ride, because you can move a lot faster on multiple wheels than you can on just one. So I encourage my fellow gospel jazz artists to partner with me and others who are trying to kind of create a like a joint effort and cooperative movement that we can all benefit from. So with that being said, for those of you that are looking to support at a greater level, to be a part of all this, to kind of be on the cutting edge of what's happening now, I want to encourage you to send an email to this is kind of a long email address, but it should be pretty easy to remember. It's just people who make a difference at jazzinthespirit.com. I'll say it one more time. People who make a difference at jazzinthespirit.com. And that will be, it will be several things. It will be a way to become informed about what things are going on with Jazz in the Spirit. And, but it will also be a way that I want to hear from you, and ways that you all can share with me as well as each other what kinds of things you're doing to make a difference in this world. I think that's very important to encourage and to promote right up along with whatever music we do, because at the end of the day, this music should inspire you, but inspire you to do what? Inspire you to make this world better. Inspire you to do something, not just for yourself, but for someone else. And that's really my whole goal. That's the whole vision behind Jazz in the Spirit, to really, make this world a better place, one heart at a time. So feel free to send the emails in to people who make a difference at jazzinthespirit.com. And you can also send messages at any of these platforms. We're on Facebook, which is just enter Jazz in the Spirit, or facebook.com/Jazz in the Spirit. We're on Instagram, of course, and that's just Jazz in the Spirit, or instagram.com/Jazz in the Spirit. We're on YouTube, Jazz in the Spirit Video, or youtube.com/Jazz in the Spirit Video. We're on Twitter, twitter.com/Jazz in the Spirit. You getting the idea here? And Twitch also is Jazz in the Spirit. So you can reach us in any of those platforms. And it's growing. I really appreciate how many people, since I started this, have started to like, they've started to subscribe, they've clicked the notification bell that alerts them whenever we're doing something. I appreciate all the support, and I don't take any of it for granted. Each and every one of you, I definitely appreciate what you've done, and how week after week, month after month, you continue to show your support. It definitely means a lot. Oh, hi, Auntie. How are you doing? All right. So I wanted to let you know about the book. I want to let you know that we're still selling our CD. We have the physical CD, which you can get at www.jazzinthespirit.com. You can order it right there. We also have it in download form. So my preference is the download rather than the stream, only because, as artists, you may or may not have noticed, but streaming really doesn't pay too much to the artist. It's great for the record labels and it's great for the corporations. And it's very easy for the consumer to get to the stuff. All you have to do is, go on Spotify, go on Tidal, go on any of those, or even YouTube, the regular YouTube or YouTube Music, Apple Music, any of those. Streaming is, has pretty much taken over. It's about, if I remember, it's about 60% of the revenue in albums and music sales right now. But the truth is that the artists only get maybe about a fraction of a cent per stream. So, as opposed to, even if you downloaded a single song for 99 cents, that's an actual dollar that you get, or, close to $1 per song, as opposed to a fraction of it. So, I'm not saying don't stream, but I'm saying if you can download or even buy the CD, the margin is even higher on the physical CD. So, and then you see all the album art, you get the picture and all that stuff. But we definitely appreciate whatever support that you all have. And then I want to let you know something. This coming Friday would normally be an off week for me because I just did Friday Night Inspiration last Friday. But my publicist, Andrea Renee Williams, who's wonderful, by the way, she told me that this coming Friday, and I should have known this myself because this is Jazz Appreciation Month, but this coming Friday is actually International Jazz Day. And so she suggested that I do something, to celebrate that day. And that would be fine because it falls on a Friday. So I'm going to do a special Friday Night Inspiration this week. So you have them 3 weeks in a row, which is rare. So I'm going to do that this coming Friday, and it'll be live at 7:30 on all these same platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Periscope / Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, all of them simultaneously. And I'll be doing some special music for that, from the Jazz in the Spirit repertoire, some popular inspirational songs. Maybe I might throw a standard in there too, something just to give a nice little mixture. But I'd appreciate you all's support on that as well this coming Friday. And then I've actually played a couple of gigs lately, y'all. The wedding band that I play with, Soul Expressions, we do mostly weddings and parties and private functions. But we've actually had, in the month of April, we actually played 3 out of 4 weekends, which is pretty cool, It's different because everything is, well, not everybody's wearing a mask, but people, at least most of them are. We definitely are. And there are definitely lots of precautions to keep everyone safe as it relates to contact with the audience. Like, we don't go out in the audience and interact with them. And that's something we would normally do. we don't go to buffets, and we generally, between sets, are pretty much sequestered in our little room. So, you just do what you have to do for the current time just to make it work. So, it is definitely helpful to have the extra work though. And also, there's a Southern soul artist named Big G who's here in the Richmond area, who I'm going to be doing a performance with soon too. I think it's at the end of May, so we've been doing some rehearsals for that, and a couple of studio sessions here and there. So it's not completely rolling yet, but there are some more things that are opening up, which I definitely appreciate. And those of you that are musicians, it's been rough, but things are starting to look up, so I'm grateful. And so I want to let y'all know that. Also, for those of you that don't know, I am a minister of music at Fourth Baptist Church in Richmond, and we've been doing online services since March of last year, and we're still going strong. So we have a YouTube channel. It's called Fourth Baptist Church Richmond, VA, I guess. But you can enter that, and you can go check out the services and stuff. We do them live on Zoom, so it is possible to participate live on Zoom. But if you're already at your church, or you're doing something else on Sunday morning at 10 o'clock, that's when the services usually are. If you're doing something else, then you can always check it out later. But come and hear what I'm not doing when I'm not doing Jazz in the Spirit. But actually, I work some of this repertoire into the morning service sometimes too. So, because the church is definitely very supportive of what I do, and I really appreciate that. I really appreciate them, and how they've embraced me and my family. So, so come on through. And then I guess probably the last thing is I wanted to let y'all know about my song of the month, and that is Light of the World. It is, I'll probably say more about it on Saturday, because I normally do a Saturday sentiments where I kind of do like a deep dive into a particular topic. So I'll probably do that this coming Saturday. But I, because I've been highlighting Light of the World all month, I wanted to, just kind of do a little bit more about it today. So what I'm going to do, I have been using my little man from the little action figure, not an action figure, but it's like a little souvenir that I got from New Orleans. As a way to illustrate how this line dance goes. But I think what I might do is I might just go ahead and get up and do it, because, this is probably going to be the last one during the course of this month that I would do. So maybe I'll just do that. But, and then after I'm all tired, I'll sit down again now. Just play it. Let me see. I just want to see who else is here. Mr. Albert Foster. Well, thank you. Hello. Thank you for being here. So let me just reset a little bit. And I'm going to put the headphones down so that I can get loose, as it were. And I'm going to go ahead and give this a shot. Let me see. All right. So, let's see. All right. So we're going to turn this one down. All right. And then we're going to go ahead and pull up light of the world. Now, the thing about it is, before we get started, I want to just give you an idea of how it works, because I'm going to be moving in a very small space. All right. So the way that it works is that you have basically three steps in either direction. You're forming the shape of a cross, because the song is called Light of the World, which is talking about Christ, right? So you go forward, right, in this direction. Here, I can use my little man first. You go forward in this direction, right? And then you come back to the center. Then you go to the right. I know it may look in reverse to you. And then you go back to the center. Then you go backwards and then back to the center. And then you go left and back to the center. All right, Boston shout out. Excellent, excellent. Thanks for being here. Spent some great years in Boston during my Berklee College of Music years. And I had a group called Persuaded up there. Played for Mass Avenue Baptist Church, Western Avenue Baptist Church. Yeah, so Boston, spent some good times up in Boston. Thank you. So that's the way you do that little step. You just forward, then to the center, right to the center, back to the center, and then left to the center. And then you pivot. So that's during the little interlude. All right. So that's the basic idea for how that works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my little seat back, and I'm going to stand up and I'm going to move closer to the back so we can really see how this thing works. Now, Instagram, folks, is going to be like a real small screen. So if I come off the screen for a minute, I'm still here, but I'll be giving y'all little instructions that way with my thumbs. And feel free to join in. This is one of those songs that hopefully will get you going. And I hope you'll enjoy it. So this is my song from the album, Light of the World. All right. Okay. All right, here we go. Oops, wait a minute. All right, so just kind of, like a Ruby. All right, so we just kind of bounce it. All right. Yeah. So when we start off, we're gonna go to the right. All right. Start off right here. Here we go. One. Come back. Go this way. Back. Go back. And we go left. Back to the center. Pivot. Right, now we go forward. Back. This way. Back to the center. Now we go backwards. Right, now we do it again. Right, now we start this way. 1, buddy. Great job. All right. Worked myself up in there, didn't I? So, I hope you all enjoyed that. Oh, okay. I see some more Safe Haven folks. Thank you all for being here. So listen, I hope that you all will, sorry, that was really loud, that you all will, continue to support this project. And, if you enjoy what you've seen, definitely continue to support the album. You can definitely, there's a way to make contributions to the artist. Thank you very much. We want you all to, to be able to do that. But, just keep this music in your heart and do what you can to make a difference in someone else's life, because, at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. We're not just here on the planet by ourselves. We're not here to just please ourselves. We're here to be a benefit to someone else, and that's so important. So I hope that y'all will keep that in mind and that you will continue to walk in the light. All right. So we hope that you will join us on Friday for a special International Jazz Day, Friday Night Inspiration. And also, it'll be from 7:30 to 8:30. So just 1 hour out of your day. And the video for it, of course, will be on after that. If you're working or you have some other kind of commitment, you can check it out. This will be too. So if you want to share this with anyone who wasn't able to be here today, you can share it with them and let them know what's going on. But I thank you so much for sharing this time with me. I see John, I see Tanya, I see Buddha P23 who works with my wife, I see the real Roger, and I see Dr. Ruby, the awesome pastor of Safe Haven, the one and only Safe Haven United Church of Christ in New York City. I see Brother Albert Foster from Boston, from Beantown. I see my Aunt Pat, she's on here. I see, who else do I see? Thought I saw one other person. No, John, I saw you already. But also what I've learned is that sometimes people watch and they don't want me to call their name, so they don't make themselves known. But they put comments up later, and that's perfectly fine. But I don't want to embarrass anybody. I just want you all to, just enjoy what's going on. And, this is just a fun thing that we do together. So thank you guys again for being here. And, if you like that little dance, go ahead and do that whenever you get the opportunity. This is, like I said, Light of the World is track number 5 on the album. You could get the song itself individually, or you can buy the whole album. You can stream it, you can download it, you can do all those things. But as you're doing them, remember the message. Remember to walk in that light. And I guarantee you will feel better. And not only that, as you spread light, it chases darkness. And so it will literally help to make your surroundings brighter. Amen. So thank you guys so much. And hopefully we'll see you on Friday. All right. Take care.